Whenever I get recognized in public, people always ask me, what's your name? What's your name? And I always give it, because like if you're coming up to me, like that means you probably like my videos and I'm gonna love you and we're gonna be friends. But I do not share that information online. People are insane. And when you do something like a prank call that can sometimes ruffle feathers, you have to be really fucking careful, because it can be a matter of like safety. I used to go on TikTok live a lot. There was this girl that came onto my live as a guest, and like I was accepting prank call requests at the time. And we did her prank call, like it was fine. And I remember right before she left, she asked if I would follow her. Guys, if you meet your favorite creator in real life, don't ask them to follow you. It puts us in an uncomfortable position. Please don't do that. But I was like literally just a few months into social media at the time, so I said yes. I was like, sure. Because I thought this person was normal. And she started DMing me a lot. And I didn't really respond. Like I never really interacted with her DMs, but they were constant. But one day, she made a video about me. And it went like fairly viral. And I was just like kind of like irked by that. Like I was like, that's like really strange. I unfollowed her, and on my personal Instagram account, I get a follow request from her. What is this? Like, this is concerning. Throughout this whole time period, I was still going live, and she would still comment on my lives being like, why'd you unfollow me? Talk to me, talk to me. I would just ignore. Do not entertain it. Like, it's not worth my time. And I didn't know how she got my name, but we had one follower in common, and it was this girl that I went to high school with. So I DM'd this girl, and I was like, hey, if you're giving her my information, like, please do not do that. Like, this person makes me really uncomfortable. And she was like, I don't know this person. We just go to the same school. I've never even met her. And I was like, oh. So at this point, I don't know what to do. I knew right from the start that it would be a stupid idea to use my actual phone number for these prank calls. So I never did. I always had an app that was like a second phone number, and I would like change it weekly. The old app I used to use required a phone number for sign up. She took the number that I had prank called her friend with, ran it through a system to check for my caller ID, and instead of it turning up my full name for caller ID, it turned up my phone number. So now I'm getting texts and calls and voicemails all day long from this insane girl on my real number. She was sending me voicemails of like how like she was going to find me, of like how she was going to like me, and how she was going to like bury me where no one. It was dark stuff. It was very dark stuff, and it escalated. At first it was just like silly things like, why'd you unfollow me? But then it got really serious. At this point, I fully wanted to involve the police, but I was afraid she was going to somehow incorporate my prank calling and then get me into trouble somehow. I don't even know. I was like, it's not an option. So I took matters into my own hands. At this time, I was going to Europe. And whenever I go to Europe, I always have issues with data. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this time I decided that I was going to not buy international data, and I was gonna go cold turkey, unplugged, meaning my number would be inactive for like a whole week. It was genius. Like, I will just say that much. Like, I was so smart to do this. For that whole week, I didn't text anyone on that phone number. I was using email. I genuinely felt like I was a pilgrim, like a little Victorian boy, like sending carrier pigeons back home. So I get back to the States a week later, and I have all this mischief from her. But after a few days of like her text not sending and my phone being like, doo, 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 she stopped. So I was like, okay, did we win? Because to clarify, from the start, I never interacted with this harassment, but it was still going through, and she knew that. So when it stopped going through, she became discouraged, and I was like, perfect. I basically pretended to be like this old lady that just got a new phone number, because of course, like, what better person than Cassandra Bowman to pretend to be an old lady, right? And yeah, I used my powers for good. I used my powers to protect myself. I used my powers for defeating evil. She's probably watching this video now, but the joke is on you, because I changed my phone number, and you can't reach me. And I also made my caller ID Cassandra Bowman, so maybe in another life you can get me.